Hi, this is Brian Wall with worshiptutorials.com. Today I've got a video showing you how you can trigger pads with a application for your iOS device called Worship Team Director. So I have it today on my iPhone. I'm running iOS 7. And Worship Team Director is cool because you can set up a playlist and it has a crossfade function. So when you change keys or you change songs and you switch your pads, they will crossfade so there won't be a hard break from one when it starts the next. So this assumes a couple things. First of all, you will need to have purchased the pads, and if you are curious about them, I've got a link in this video and below where you can check out more about the pads and how you can purchase them, what they can do for you. The second thing that I have done to set this up is I've transferred the pads from my computer to my iPhone or any iOS device. Also, you will need to install the Worship Team Director app, and you can get that for free from the App Store. I will link you to that below as well. So let's open up Worship Team Director. There we go. So the first thing you probably want to do is go into settings, and there's a couple things you want to do. You want fade to be on. That's pretty much it. You can set the end of a pad. You can tell it. The pads that you get from Worship Tutorials are all 20 minutes long. So you can set it to end at a different length, however you'd like to do that. But these are the settings that I have. Okay? The next thing you want to do is add the pads. So hit the plus button over here. You can see I don't have anything in this app yet. So I'm going to go to import. And I have them in iTunes. You can also, as you can see, import from Dropbox, which is another sort of Dropbox type web application. But I've got all of them in iTunes. We're just going to go to iTunes. Here you can see your iTunes library. So let's say I'm going to play a song in the key of A. So I've added key of A. And apparently it imports the file into the app itself. So it probably copies the file from wherever it lives in your music app from iTunes and brings it over into this application. Okay, so that's done. You can see here that you can set a beginning point and an end point. You can also say left and right volume. You would use that if you have a click track where, for example, you have a click left and a loop right or something like that. In this case, we're going to keep them both up all the way, and we're going to let it play all the way through. Okay, so we got key of A. Let's say we're going to play another song, and it's going to be in the key of D, so we'll add the D pad. Same thing happens. So key of D pad, we let that import in the magic of video, we skipped ahead. And let's say we're going to do a 3-song set. So we're going to go from key of A, we're playing something in A, then we're going to play something in D. Then finally let's play something, let's say in the key of G. So we add the key of G pad as well. Okay, so ultimately you would import all of these pads in if you wanted to use this on a regular basis. But let's just say we're going to go key of A. You can see you can move these around. Let's say our set goes key of A to key of D to key of G. So now we have our setup in place, and we go to present. And this is what you would see while you're running your show. Whoever is running your pads, whether it's a person in the back and you've got the headphone out just running into your board, that would probably be the way I would choose to use this if I use this app on Sundays during worship services. Maybe somebody in your band, say a keyboard player or somebody, has this set here, and they're going to trigger your pads for you. Okay, so what you do to play the first song is you push the play button. You can see it plays the key of A pad. On the bottom you get a time stamp. You can see that it's 7 seconds in. I'm not quite sure if you can see that, but it tells you on the left side I'm at 12, 13, 14 seconds, and I've got 19 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on this pad. Okay, You can see that up next is key of D. You can stop key of A, and you can see that it will fade. There we go, it faded out. So you can stop the key of A pad and it faded out. But let's start it again, because say we're playing the pad, we're playing our song, it's running through the system, and we've got to the end of our song in the key of A, and we're ready to move on to the key of D. So all you do is press this button, and you can see how it crossfaded from A to D. That is a very important point of what this app allows you to do, and gives it the advantage over, for example, the stock music app on your iOS device. Okay, so now we've gone through our song in the key of D, and we're ready for key of G. There we go. Whoever in your band or your production team is triggering pads, they just hit the next button. You're off, you're running. Say you play the song, maybe you pray at the end of the song and the pads play underneath while you pray. And the last thing you'll need to do then, if you want to stop them, you can either pull your fader down on your board, which would be preferred, or if you want to hit this stop button, it will fade out for you nicely. So that is how you can use the Worship Team Director app on your iOS device to trigger these pads and get a nice cross fade. I hope that is helpful for you. It's pretty simple to set up. So if you'd like, check this out. There's a link below where you can download the app. Link below too. Head over to Worship Tutorials where you can get more information. Ask me questions. Give your input. If this is what you use and it works for you, let us know. Personally, I use a different method. I like to trigger these through ProPresenter, and I have a video on how to do that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I should also note that the pad sounds you heard today were coming out of the speakers on my iPhone, so they are not an accurate representation of what these pads sound like or what they can do. So hit the link to the video. It will be here embedded in this video or below to check out the pads and hear the sounds that you will actually get and how they can work for you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.